Well, good morning. We have Jeff Sador in the house. Jim has finally got him on the program. So, Jim, congratulations for getting Jeff on here. So, Jim is the host of the Commercial Connector podcast. I'm just running the controls and ask one question or two. So, Jim, before we start, would you introduce your guest or have him introduce himself? Who he
Yeah.
is, what he does, and who he serves.
Well, I can certainly say a few things about him to get us started.
Okay.
But Pete, we all know you're the host, so why do you keep telling people I'm the host? Come on now. I
Oh,
defer to your knowledge on how to host these things.
okay.
But Jeff Sador, I have known Jeff for probably 7 or 8 years. He says co-owner of Lily's cleaning service. No, we are not competitors. We complement each other very well. Jeff focuses on the carpet and the furniture cleaning, air duct cleaning, draperies, mattresses, things like that others don't do and I don't do. He's very knowledgeable on what he does. I can tell you that he's gone through training and courses and getting certifications, and he understands the chemistry and all how these things work. I have used him and referred him many, many times, and he always does a phenomenal job.
Wow.
Thank you, Jim.
Know you can say anything more to that, Jeff. I think you just have to accept that as a pretty good.
Well, I think I know where I'd like to go since you tell me I'm
Okay.
the host. So, okay, I'll play along. Jeff, why don't you tell the audience where the name of your company came from? Because I think it's very nice what you did there.
Well, the name of the company actually started with my dad, who had a general house cleaning service, residential cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, which is my dad's wife, is Lily's. So he named the company after his wife, my mom. And that's pretty much how it originated. It just flowed. If you look at what Lily means, it has a background of cleaning in it. So it just worked out.
And tell them a little bit about what your parents do and where they spend most of their time.
So about 10 years ago, my dad had a God calling. He returned back to our home country, which is Haiti. And as of right now, he has a school, a couple schools, and a couple churches. So he's doing work in the community of Haiti. And that's actually how I took over the business. He gave me an opportunity, and he branched off and started doing philanthropy work with the people in the island of Haiti.
And that's truly God's work over there too. And they always have a lot of strife going on there and political turmoil and whatnot. And geez, I just pray that they stay safe over there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's doing an awesome job. Before COVID, I used to visit there every year, but with what's been going on right now, I haven't been able to. But yeah, he's doing an awesome job. If you guys ever visit the island when things calm down, you guys are all invited.
Well, I have some friends. Actually, there's like 4 guys in my Rotary Club that have medical clinics down there. They're always going down there and doing some work there. What they were telling me was just stay out of the big city. Just be, that most of the gangs and the turmoil is in the biggest city there. And so as long as you have a guided person that knows where to go, you'll be okay. But don't go off on your own because there are some challenges down there. What would you say, Jeff? Because I didn't know that until you just shared that with me. So we've had families on our podcast, and what I've discovered through that is the influence a father or a mother has on the business. Do you take that, like, obviously there's an influence that your dad and your mom had on you. How are you taking that to the marketplace and how you do and grow your business? What mindset are you can you share with our viewers that may be different than other people who just get in business?
Well, as far as it being a family business, like I said, my dad, he's right now he's been ordained as a pastor, with what he's been doing in Haiti.
Hmm.
And those values, those Christ-like values that we were raised in, it all transmits into the business. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Hmm.
Uh, just the whole spectrum of being Christ-like. And you know, I believe that those values, whether it's in business, whether it's in marriage or friendship, whatever it may be, you could take those values with you, and you can't lose.
Hmm.
So I appreciate that upbringing of my parents, where I can always have the Bible, which I have right now. I could take
Hmm.
those biblical aspects no matter where I go.
That's I want also to kind of continue on that path. What is, because Jim has the commercial connector, we kid about his relationships that he's developed in like BNI in the marketplace with his clients, with his family. How is your relationship with Jim versus just somebody that you might do business with? Obviously, you've known each other for a number of years. He speaks very highly of you in our conversations whenever it comes up. What does that mean to have a person like Jim that you kind of coordinate with, work with, see on a regular basis? How has that helped your business?
Well, since the first day I met Jim, Jim literally put me under his wing. Um, I don't know if it was the Jersey, because we both from Jersey. I don't know what it was, and also he has background in the commercial, in the carpet cleaning.
Hmm.
So automatically we just clicked from the beginning, and I mean literally he became a father figure to me.
Hmm.
To the point where his daughter, I used to call his daughter Amanda, my little sister. I mean, that's how
Hmm.
close that we all got. I met his wife. I mean, just overall, and I just was fortunate that he uh seen me as the type of person to be a close friend to him. This right now it's about 70 of us in the group. He could have, and I'm pretty sure there's other people that he mentors the same way he does with me, but it was like that since day one, and I'm greatly, definitely a lot of gratitude and appreciation from, because I learned a lot from him. He helped me grow my business, and he'll even send me different emails and just different advice on things I should implement. So he's just been definitely a great guide to me.
I love that, and I agree with you. And but I want to cover one question, then Jim can jump in here. There are businesses that don't think like you, that I'm going to say they think they have all the answers and they want to be their own person and plow forward and do it on their own. And Jim and I have talked in the past that he will pour into people. Some will take it, some won't. What is it about your philosophy that you kind of recognized that relationship between you and Jim, and you didn't think that, hey, I got all the answers? You've obviously communicated to the viewers how you feel, but what is it? Is it your upbringing with with what your dad and talk to you about? Your what was it that you just didn't say, I can figure it out myself, versus embracing Jim and kind of working together with him and accepting wisdom where he would share it?
I mean, I guess it's a sense of wisdom on my part, just to know that everybody needs a mentor, no matter where you're going. The best players in the NBA, they had people that guided them. They even have coaches. So,
Mhm.
and for Jim, it was genuine. I mean, he didn't even have to open his door to me. He opened his door and accepted me in. And for me, it was a no-brainer, especially when I saw the years that he had in business, and
Mhm.
his success in his business speaks for itself. So of course, I want to see my business grow to the level where he has grown. So, like I said, it was a no-brainer. I definitely appreciate him and everything that he has helped me with.
All right. Well, thank you. Let me butt in here a little bit
Yeah.
if I could, because I probably don't deserve such accolades like that. I've just done what I think every human being should do and reach out to others. And you know what they say when the how they say, watch me screw this up. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Right.
Yep.
Not everybody's going to take advice. So let me just talk about in the 11 years I'm in BNI and the number of people I've mentored. I'm mentoring 2 right now for the group. And that's not, I'm not even talking about the personal stuff. You know, like Jeff, you might remember Charles Calhoun, who visited the group several years ago, and I've mentored him and on the side. He's never been in the BNI group, but there's people that are a sponge, and there's people that, like you said, Pete, are like, hey, I know everything. Look, I am 65 years old and I've been in this industry for 48 years, and I'm learning new stuff all the time. All right? I learn stuff from different people in that room. You know, even every week when they get up and they do their short commercial, I'm picking stuff up. Like next week, Bill Frierson's going to be up, I believe, and he's going to be talking about mortgages and all that stuff. And I always pick up something from that. So Jeff, to his credit, wanted to learn stuff, and again, thank you for all that. But you did what you did on your own, and just keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I know one of the things, if somebody said, hey, describe Jim, and this isn't a pump Jim up, but it kind of is. So is your humbleness and your willingness to serve in different capacities, because at your stage of business, you could just go, okay, I'm just going to travel and not do anything, but you're still mentoring a couple people. You're still pouring into serving. You're still making that I call impact. But I want, and one person told me that I thought it's worth passing on. It's a circle of learning that we can learn from every single person that we come in contact with that has worthy stuff to pass on. I mean, I'm not saying you learn everything, because when you go through a trash can, there's going to be trash, and there may be something good in there too. Not that I'm not comparing it, but I'm just saying, no, that wasn't the right analogy.
Well, in our business, we've emptied plenty of trash cans, so that's a good analogy.
Yeah, I was going to say that was not right. What I was saying is sometimes wisdom gets shared and we grab it, and sometimes what people are sharing may not be, but we have to be attuned to when that wisdom does come. So what do you say, Jeff, what for people that starting out, I'm concerned about people that don't realize how important relationships are. So if you had to go back 10 years to a younger Jeff, is there anything you would do different as it relates to growing your business that you could share with our viewers?
If I could go back 10 years, I would start off, me and Jim met at a BNI networking group. Before the networking groups, the way Dad was doing it, he was doing the Angie's List and different behind the scene where the bigger companies are pushing you.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do it all over again, I would have started off in networking groups, because it's those interpersonal relationships, the way I met Jim, and there's other individuals in the room that's the same way. So me pushing myself, and it actually helps you grow to network with the individuals, other businesses, and it also makes you not selfish, because it's a reciprocating relationship. You know, we all help one another out. So that's what I would do. I would entertain more networking groups. I got about 2 other networking groups that I'm part of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any up and coming or businesses or individuals who want to start a business, that would be my aim,
Okay.
to start off with those type of businesses.
Yeah, I'm glad you shared that, because I think, and I've had 2 people on my show, and I mentioned the word BNI and they go, "What's that?" And you kind of assume that people know about it. And so, but not everybody does at a young, maybe older they do, but that I think is great advice, because relationships and working with people is a whole lot better than Angie's List or whatever list you want to say, that they're cold leads versus when Jim tells me, like, this is a person to use, I don't question it, because if Jim says that this person is good, he's vented him, his reputation's online. Why I don't care anything about that because I know it's a trusted, valuable person. And I think when you grab a person off of Google or Angie's List, they may be good, they may not be good. So I think that is great advice. What would you say, Jim? Like, I'm going to take you back 40 years. Is there anything you would do different that you
Yes.
could, beyond the relationship piece that Jeff shared, as far as networking in a group of building relationships? Anything you would do different to share with our viewers?
Maybe stay in college.
I don't know. You'd probably be still in debt. That's what you probably would think.
What I wanted to be was a journalist.
Okay.
And this is the days before ESPN was around. This is the day before BNI was around. So in 1976, when I got started, because my father forced me to clean the floors in his little restaurant in New Jersey, I just was making money. And the way that you did it, yeah, some people would come in and see the floors and they'd say, "Hey, can you do my place?" But for the most part, when I decided to do this for real, all right, was I was knocking on doors, and cold calling kind of sucks. It just does. What the advantages are of being in a business networking group such as BNI, and by the way, we're closed networking. And for those who don't understand the difference between a BNI and say a chamber meeting or a business association like Marietta Business Association, that's open. That's open, right? Meaning there could be 3 other commercial cleaning companies in that group. Where in BNI, it's my seat. I own it. Nobody can come in that room and talk about what I do. Nobody can talk about carpet and furniture cleaning, what Jeff does, painting, certain attorneys, all those things that we have our own category. So what that does is it starts to position you as an expert in your field. And once you are seen as an expert in your field, everybody in that room knows that Jeff knows what he's doing when it comes to cleaning their carpet and their furniture. They know it. There's no question. There's no hedging, or I don't know if I should use him or call Stanley Steamer or something like that. No, they know that he is. And when those, you want to call them leads, I call them referrals. When those referrals start coming to you, and you're not knocking on somebody's door asking for it, begging for it, that's a game changer. It's a total game changer. So I don't, yes, we spend money with Google ads and all this kind of stuff that we do, but we don't go out soliciting business. The business comes to us.
Yeah.
And so I agree with what Jeff's saying. In 1984, BNI was formed. I had no idea I didn't know what it was. I didn't discover BNI until the early 2000s, and I finally joined the chapter in 2014. So it has been a game changer when you can network with people that are like-minded, and again, what Jeff was saying before, he didn't quite say the slogan, so I'll say it. You are giving, and you're not expecting. You are, but you're not asking for anything in return. Let's put it that way. We call it giver's gain. And if you give enough and you just give with a glad heart and you do that, it comes back to you. It might take a little time, but it comes back to you.
Yeah, that's very I love how you shared that. That does help our viewers out there that really are formulating their plan and building their business to realize that part of relationship building. And when I visited for I was gone for a while. I mean, it's 70 plus people are in that room. That's 70 relationships. That's
Yeah,
great.
so we had a couple of visitors today, and Jeff and I are on membership, so we went into the back and we're talking to them, and I said to the both, I said, look, you're young and starting out in your business. You want to be right here in this room.
Yeah.
Don't go looking for another chapter. Don't go looking for something else. This is where you want to be. And don't look at the money. Don't look at what it costs to join, because that's going to so quickly be in the rearview mirror that Jeff, do you ever think about the money that it costs to be in BNI every year? What do we care? We don't care, do we?
Yeah.
Not even. I don't.
Right.
Get it back 100-fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an investment in you. And you can never go wrong if you invest in you, and you're investing in your relationships with Jim, vice versa to you, Jeff. And you know how you over time how you work with each other, which just probably can anticipate each other because you've been working together so long. So that's very good. Now I'm going to have one question, because we're gonna end it here in just a few minutes. But before we go, you know how we have to have a commercial break? Well, we have a commercial break here. Jim doesn't even know this. Okay. So my partner sent me this book a week ago, and I'm almost finished both audio and video. I mean, audio and written. This is called Buy Back Your Time. So our listeners out there, I read a lot of books, and I've read this one, and I'm retaining more. But here's the thing: buy back your time with an executive assistant. We're putting a program together where just email and calendar, you can have somebody manage it for up to 10 hours a week. And that puts you in a position to do the higher leverage thing, because if you're Elon Musk or Oprah Winfrey or Jeff Bezos, you manage your 24 hours different than most of us. Because in this book, he talked about Oprah works 2 hours a day. You want 2 hours, but that 2 hours, she gets so much done, because when it comes to her, she's making the highest level of decisions, and the market pays because she's a billionaire. And look at Elon Musk; he's worth a few billion. Jeff Bezos. So managing your 24 hours is critical to growing your business. If you want to know more about it, that's our commercial break. Just get back with me, and then we're going to, my number is 404. You can't do this service unless you become a guest. We only make it available as a guest on our podcast. So if you're interested, you have to be a guest to be able to get this service, because it's our team in the Philippines are the ones that are fulfilling this. And you can do 10 hours for $100 a week. So it's basically $100 investment in doing higher leverage things. So thank you for our commercial break. So Jeff, before we go, we always ask our let me go back to one little thing here. How can people get a hold of you?
So you could get a hold of me as ways. We are, you can check out our website for one, www.lily without the S cleaningservice.com.
Okay.
It'll show you all the services that we do. So we really focus on all floors minus concrete. So tile and grout, hardwood floors, carpeted floors, bar floors. So we do the restoration on all those floors. You can also check us out on Facebook, Lily's Cleaning, Instagram, also Lily's Cleaning. We have a YouTube page, and also you see our contact phone number, which is the best way and the easiest way to reach us. And you could even reach us on our email, which is same thing, Lily without the S cleaning service at yahoo.com.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you there, Jeff. And we're going to go back to you before we close. Jim, how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so my cell phone's right there, 404-309-6093. My email is jim@ridley2ds.llc.com. You got Nate's number up there too. He's our operations manager. You could call him if you'd like. And we're all over too. I mean, if you just Google Ridley Commercial Cleaning, you're going to find us, our websites, and everything else that's online.
And want to encourage our viewers that are listening to share this, because Jeff and Jim are in a group of people, 70 people. When you need services, you want to go to people that have relationships, because if you need like a plumber, you need an electrician, you need different people out there. Before you go to Google and try to find a cold contact, go to people that have been in business and have relationships and can provide you with good people to help you out. So thank you there, Jim. So what would you say, Jim? But then I'll go to Jeff. What would be the one thing you would want our viewers to take home with them today?
You know, it sometimes gets harder to answer that question when we do the podcast, but you know what? I think it's the sincerity that we have, and the way we run our businesses, and with the honesty that we run them with. Like my company, we're constantly in people's businesses. We take that very seriously. They're giving us the key to their business, and they have to know they can trust us. And the same with Jeff. Jeff's in a lot of people's homes, even when they're not there. And there's total trust there. I have no problem if Jeff was in my house and we're not there. So I think it's that kind of thing. And that's what you get out of these relationships. That's probably the biggest thing, is you got to trust who you're doing business with, especially if it means they're coming into your business and into your homes.
No, I like that, Jim. So Jeff, he teed it up for you. You know the question. What would be the one thing that you want our viewers to take home from your time on the podcast with Jim?
I mean, for us, it's all in the name, Lily's Cleaning Service. So we're here to serve. No matter what it is out there, and I'm not just talking about cleaning. Just like Jim put me under his wing and helped me out, the same way it's my job to do that for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so each one teach one. We should be all be out helping. But as far as business, we make it our business to serve individuals with the utmost and be respectful, and you know, just leave a good imprint on individuals' minds, because that's what we're supposed to do in life, period.
And
Well put.
Well, yes. Thank you. I appreciate you both. And I know you got things to do, and thank you for being on the podcast, the Commercial Connector podcast. Jeff, it was good to have you on, and good to have you right there with Jim. You guys work well together. Thank you for making a difference out there and impacting the business community. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks,
Sure,
Pete.
guys.